MTN slipped into the red at the halfway mark as the further devaluation of the naira and the conflict in Sudan weighed on its performance. Africa's largest telcos firm posted a headline loss per share of 256 cents as service revenue came in nearly 21% weaker. CEO Ralph Mupita says although the underlying commercial momentum and strategy execution were solid during the period, macro headwinds affected those operating results. No interim dividends being declared, but MTN is anticipating a final payout of at least 330 cents. Absa is looking for yet another CEO. The lender says Ari Rautenbach has opted for early retirement after engagements with the board, but gave no further details on these talks. He will step down from the role mid-October, followed by a 6-month contractual notice period that will be served as garden leave. And he will be succeeded on an interim basis by Charles Russin, who is currently chief executive of Absa's corporate and investment bank. The announcement means Absa is in search of its 7th CEO, whether in a permanent or acting capacity in 6 years. That announcement accompanied Absa's half-year results. Revenue grew 3% to nearly 54 billion rand, but the lender's bottom line took some strain. Headline earnings per share came in 5% weaker as households continued to show signs of financial pressure. Absa says the operating environment remained challenging during the first half. It's pointed to South Africa, where economic activity has been weak and consumers were under pressure amid higher average interest rates. Absa has added that economic growth in its Absa regional operations has been stronger than SA. The lender has also said that it's positive about its outlook moving forward.
As a business, we are especially encouraged by the Government of National Unity's commitment to Operation Vulindlela and the potential for investment in and stability of our infrastructure, which is a core underpin of confidence and ultimately growth. We therefore expect better earnings in the second half and an improved return on equity.
Thungela slashed its interim dividend by 80% on lower profits. Headline earnings per share totaled 952 cents, marking a near 58% slump from the prior period. And that's due to weaker coal prices. Thungela says a softer price environment across the Richards Bay and Newcastle benchmark, together with the continued underperformance by Transnet Freight Rail, weighed on its financial performance, but it's optimistic and says a lack of availability of high-quality coal and the expected restocking in Southeast Asia following the monsoon season could support the Richards Bay benchmark coal price. Thungela has added that any further geopolitical escalation may also result in the strengthening of coal prices. Hulamin's posted lower half-year profit. The aluminium group has delivered a 17% decline in headline earnings per share following a decline in turnover and volumes. Prior to the release of these numbers, Hulamin had also flagged disruptions in export production caused by a factory fire in June. But it says progress on the repair work to the coating line is on schedule, with production expected to resume mid-September. Tiger Brands has extended the tenure of CEO Tjata Kruger for a further 3 years. This means that he will hold the top spot at SA's largest food producer until the end of 2023. The group says it's done this to create the necessary runway for the firm's succession plans. Kruger's leadership has been credited with stabilizing the company's underlying operating profit and providing stakeholders with direction and certainty. Arent Industrial has acquired UK-based Standmode Group. The transaction carries a price tag of 159 million rand. The company says the move is an opportunity for the steel products firm to further diversify its portfolio and expand into the UK. Standmode manufactures modular buildings, offices, mess units, toilets and shower blocks. In international news, Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris delivered her first major economy-focused speech last Friday. Let's take a look at this package report for more insight on her plans.
Together, we will build what I call an opportunity economy.
Kamala Harris has unveiled her economic plan. There's a big emphasis on lowering costs and taxes while boosting affordable housing.
When I am elected president, I will make it a top priority to bring down costs and increase economic security for all Americans.
Here's what you need to know. In her first 100 days in office, Harris wants to implement the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food and groceries. She says the aim is to stop big corporations from exploiting consumers while generating big profits for themselves. There would be penalties for companies that break the new limits.
So believe me, as president, I will go after the bad actors.
She's focused on helping parents. Harris has proposed a new $6,000 child tax credit for newborns while cutting taxes for families with kids.
I'll lower the cost of insulin and prescription drugs for everyone with your support, not only our seniors.
She's aiming to lower healthcare costs, like the cost of prescription drugs, and cancel some medical debt. Harris also wants to boost affordable housing across the country, with a plan to build 3 million new construction units.
We will do that together.
Her agenda largely mirrors President Joe Biden's, and many of her proposals build on policies already introduced by him. Progressive economic ideas poll well with voters, but they've proven tough to pass into law. Some of her policies have come under attack as overly liberal populism by Republicans.